What did you think of the mettle your ball club showed down the stretch?
Well, you got to play for 48 minutes. We knew they would make a run, and you take it possession by possession. And I thought playing from lead was important for us. I thought the rebounding was a huge key.
Because speaking of 48 minutes, how about the performance Jalen had?
Yeah, what can you say about the guy? He's just incredible, all-around player, great leader, great toughness, mental toughness, physical toughness, ability to think on his feet, ability to lead, ability to connect with people, to bring the best out of people. That's what makes him special, and it's play after play.
Tom, you've been through obviously a million playoff series. Where would you put that performance when facing elimination from Jalen tonight?
Yeah, that it's special to and we got in a hole early. No panic, kept going. Bench came in, he played with the bench, did a great job. We got going there, and then just to have the wherewithal, and they're putting a lot of heat on him, and he just makes the right play every time.
Tom, you've been in elimination. It's kind of unusual for somebody to play 48 minutes. You guys have an understanding that you won't be in the game, that there's a possibility because he wasn't.
Yeah, he knew that, and he's if he needed a blow, he would have told me. And this time of the year, you're going to see guys get big minutes, and he conditions them. The thing I love about him is you prepare yourself for that. So I've never seen anyone work the way he does, and and he does it in front of everyone. He does it in our gym, does it all summer long. He does it at a game speed. He never has to adjust in a game because of the way he prepares himself. He conditions himself to play big minutes. Just a tremendous leader.
Coach, obviously Mitchell's struggled from the line pretty much last 3-4 years, all his career. What does it say about him for him to be able to step up and knock down those free throws?
That was huge, but I think, and obviously those are huge free throws, but his rebounding in the fourth, not just the ones that were in his area, but the ones that were out of his area, to go get them. Said a lot, and the rebounding is big in this game, and I think obviously we got to get our turnovers down, but I think that the rebounding, that's a big part of our defense, and we got to continue to make sure that we prioritize it.
Coach, back here. Game one of the series, Quentin was only able to play 10 minutes because of the shoulder injury. Tonight, he never left the court. What can you say about what he gave you tonight and how that makes this club different? Yeah,
I think, in the first quarter, it didn't go our way in terms of the way we had calls go against us. And so I initially was planning on having Jalen and Quentin come out. But the way the game unfolded, the way we were in foul trouble, I knew we couldn't do that. And the one thing about Quentin, I think it spaces the floor for us differently. But he's a two-way player. He's a hustle player. I thought, Jimmy he's gonna make you work, and you got to make him work. And so I thought he did as good a job as you can do. Butler is a load to deal with because it's not just the scoring aspect of it. It's the playmaking aspect of it as well, the offensive rebounding, getting to the free throw. There's so many different variables to his game, and it requires great effort, great concentration, multiple effort, and it requires the whole team to be locked into it.
You mentioned Quentin, 48 minutes, and I think with about a minute and a half left, he steals it from Jimmy. Just kind of what you saw there on that play, and I guess for him to do.
He did that the last game too. His defensive activity off the ball is very good. He's terrific, a two-way player, and you need those hustle plays. And so, he's going to give maximum effort on every play, and we need our whole team to do that.
Tom, Julius starts out 1 for 7, I believe, and then does what he does second quarter on. What do you think of what you got from him?
Yeah, I liked his game. he took a pretty big hit to start the game. So the first quarter was like rough, but he just plowed through it. And then I liked the way he attacked the basket. I thought he had really good balance tonight, made good reads. So I thought he and RJ were terrific. I thought our bench, when they came in, I thought Obi gave us really good minutes. Isaiah gave us good minutes. You know, Josh had foul trouble tonight, so that sort of got him out of rhythm. But we need everyone.
Start of second quarter, you guys go on that, I think it was an 18-2 run, and you were running a lot of pick and rolls at Robison there. Do you feel like you found something in those moments?
We really haven't changed anything. So it's like, this is, you know, the way we're going to approach it. You know, there's certain things that you have in your packages of what, you know, what you think will work, what may be going. If it works in one game, may not work in the next game. They'll adjust to that as well. So you just got to move around. But that we've been doing that all year.
Tom, you said several times how much you respect the work ethic with Jalen and Quentin. Do you envision using them the same way in Game 6 now?
We'll see what Game 6 brings. You know, so if it requires them to do that, then I'm not afraid to do it. You know, so you know, if we have other players available, or you know, we'll just see how it goes.
What does it mean to you to have two guys that can go as long as you need them to?
Well, it says a lot about them, you know. And I told you, oh, you haven't been around in Johnny come lately, but.
I've seen this once or twice before.
Yeah, you may have, but precedes me. So, but the thing about our team is that we have a bunch of gym rats, right? So I know, like, even you give them an off day, they're in there all day. Right? They're gonna lift, shoot, watch film, right? So I know that's who they are. And when you have guys like that, you know they're ready and they know they can. You're talking about, these are world-class athletes, right? This is how they come up, right? So if you condition yourself to handle that type of workload, you're going to be fine. But if you don't condition yourself that way, you may be deconditioned and you may get injured.
Tom, this is twofold. In the second, going from the second quarter, the start of the second quarter, I mean, you had, I think, 14 points, shooting 30%, 7 turnovers. What then did change to allow you to reel off 18 points in less than 3 minutes? And
well, I'd rather not comment on that because I'm afraid I would get fined. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Coach, in terms of Jimmy,
Guys, please wait for the microphone.
Go ahead.
Just in terms of keeping Jimmy at bay tonight, what did you guys do differently than you?
You know, like, the thing is, you're not going to really keep him at bay. You got to try to make him work as much as you can. And even by doing that, you know, you look and he's going to have a lot of points, 19, whatever he had, and you're going to get to the line and he's going to create shots. And so, having coached him, I know that aspect of his game. And so if you make body position mistakes against him, he's going to make you pay. And then, so it requires a lot of attention, guys being connected to each other, and then sometimes he just misses shots that he normally makes. So, you know, he's a tremendous player. I got great respect for him. So we're going to have to be better in our next game against him.
All right, thanks, Tips.
Yep.
Congrats on another great performance, a great win for your team. You guys were totally outplayed. You seemed out of sync in the first quarter, but you were able to bounce back. How are you guys able to bounce back after that shaky start?
You know, we fighting for our lives right now. You know, this is something that can be done. It's been done before 13 times. So, you know, we just wanted to focus and try and go get this win tonight. We're able to do that, and now we got to go get one in Miami.
RJ, pregame, you talked about competing, and you definitely could see that tonight on the defensive side of the basketball, the commitment to get to the glass. What did you see in this team that you're most proud of tonight?
We stuck with it. You know, they're a team that's never out of it. You know, where I think we were up like 20, and then they fought all the way back to cut it down to 2. So you know, staying tough, staying resilient during those moments when you know they're making their runs, and you know, I mean, stuff like I think Jalen played the whole game. It just that was tough. Drew had a phenomenal second half. Mitch knocking down those free throws when they were trying to foul him, everything like that. Hart getting that big putback when I missed that layup. All these little things that are that we did tonight were huge for us.
It's okay, catch your breath.
Yeah,
We're all doing the
definitely.
same thing right now after a game like that. RJ, something we're learning about you is that you are a fast learner. In the series, as they go, you figure out things pretty quickly, and we're seeing that happen with you. And I noticed in this game that you had a lot of veteran savvy for a young guy in this game. A lot of the trickery that the Heat were pulling in this series, you started using to your advantage as well. Are you feeling like two can play at that game?
Man, for sure. I mean, their experience, you gotta be able to learn from that. Just watching the film, seeing what we could get better at, seeing a way that we could get those calls, make those hustle plays to turn it into our favor.
RJ, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on a great performance and a great win, and good luck. We'll check you out Friday night at Miami.
Thanks, guys.
Stay alive in this playoff, how to handle the pressure in this die or life game. What do you think you have to adjustment for the rest of the games?
Not really any pressure. It's the same game. I feel like, if we went out and do the little things better, execute a little better, we'll be fine. So we did that tonight and came out with the win.
Julius, we can see your eye. You got a pretty good shot there. Did that affect you at all in the game? And I mean, what was it? Elbow?
Yeah, it's the price of war, I guess. First quarter. After that, I couldn't really see anything, but seeing the guys go out and compete the way they did energized me, and started to feel a little bit better after that. So, just happy we can get a win.
Julius, what did that three-pointer just before the first half do for the team, particularly as you moved into the second half? And RJ, if you can comment on that too.
They gave us the lead, and I guess gave us momentum going into the second half. That's all I can really say.
Julius, you had your best game from the three-point line this playoffs, going 4 for 7. Does that open up the rest of your game when you're successful from outside?
The three-point shot, it's just something that's a part of my game, not what I rely on. I work hard on it, but like I said, it's just a tool, for me to be able to use. It does open up the game a little bit more, but not something I rely on.
For either one of you that want to answer, Mitch, they obviously went to the hack and shack method for him down the stretch, and he was able to convert at the line. I think 1 for 2 first, then 2 for 2 the second go round, then even 21 seconds on the clock left, he hit that last free throw to kind of seal the deal. Just what did you see from him at the line and the way he responded?
That's it's big time of Mitch. To be ready. He works on his free throws every day. So to come out and especially at a game like this where it's kind of do or die, to be able to step up and make those free throws was huge.
Julius, what did you just think of Jalen? 48 minutes and 38, 9, and 7. Just how he kind of carried you guys, especially early.
Yeah, that's JB. That's what he's been doing all year. Ultimately, at the core of who he is, he's a competitor, and he wants to win. So, he left it all out there tonight and carried us in a big way. So, it takes everybody. He was big time, though.
Julius, I know a lot happened after, but what was it like being named to All-NBA third team?
It's obviously it's a great honor, but it's a testament. Those things don't happen, without the group of guys that we have. I said it all year. It takes the belief of front office, coaching staff, and most of all my teammates. They trust me to go out there every night and compete and play at a high level. And I just thank God, man. It's a huge honor.
When they went to the intentional foul and you knocked them down and you got the ovation from the crowd, how'd that feel?
It felt great. You know, for that moment, for them to believe in me and, you know, knock them down for the team and stuff like that, that's amazing.
What about the effort that you guys brought tonight, especially on the glass, when that was the problem the last 2 games?
You know, that was one of our focus. We watched film. You know, we got to learn from our mistakes, and, you know, we did that, and, hey, here we go.
What was the difference when you looked at the first quarter and saw their second chance points and the difference between what you guys were able to do to change things?
That what the game came down to. You know, they had multiple second chance points, and that was really what kept them in the game. And it was like, we eliminate that and, you know, get a stop and, you know, limit them to 1 shot. And then, you know, the game just changed for us.
They go to the intentional foul. What's your first thought as you're stepping in the line?
I'm knocking these down.
You what?
I'm knocking these down. Yeah.
You like get offended because were you offended? Or?
No. I was not offended at all.
And
Part of basketball.
In that moment, obviously the crowd is into it. Do you have more focus at that point to knock those down at that point in the game, or is it the same thing every time at the line?
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said earlier, the crowd, they helped me out. You know, that basically showed that they believed in me, and, you know, I knocked them down.
Just trying to do everything I could to win. We did that. Now it's on to game 6.
Guys, you started off slow in the first quarter, down 10. What changed going forward at that point?
I don't want to say be like easing to the game, but no, just things weren't going our way, and we were complaining as a team, and then we decided we just gotta just play through it, and we gotta just go through everything and not really worry about all that stuff, and we just found a way to keep sticking together, and just found a way to get one.
Quitting that play, end of the fourth, when you twist your ankle, get back up, somehow kind of stave off Jimmy's drive. What was your thought process of trying to scramble and get back there, and how much pain kind of were you in that moment?
Yeah, I had to just bang my knee on the screen, but, you know what I mean, it's the playoffs. You got to do whatever you can to win, you know what I mean? It's what you live for, it's what you watch as a kid, so I knew I was hurt a little bit, but it's not going to stop me from doing whatever I can to either get a stop or just disrupt the play, and luckily I came up with the steal, so I just knew how to just fight through it and do whatever I can to help the team get a win.
This is for both you guys. You obviously know Tibbs trusts you, but what's it like knowing that he trusts you to a point where you play all 48 minutes in the game?
If we win, I'm okay with it.
Jalen, even in an elimination game, it's unusual for somebody to play all 48. Did you and Tibbs mention anything about that before the game, or just the way it happened?
The way it happened, nothing was said at all. Whatever it takes.